My honest opinion, while prices do vary, I consider the server standard price another ingots or another ingot is worth 27 diamond blocks, and one material another ingot or 3 diamond blocks. One standard items equals diamond, or simple build time saved. Time saved is money. Sure. Well enough, I have a choker of glass that has top for can be true. He's selling them for 3 diamond blocks for 27 stacks of glass and a free show. Oh man is trying to become the wall. I'll get it when I'm still there. Okay. How much for one pale moss? Cav ain't getting. I just need one. I'm not trying to buy glass. Not out there, buddy. That's sweet. Probably should really have a lot of breathing. But whatever. Taking a set. We'll fill that in as we go.
Hey guys,
Hey, welcome back.
what you streaming? I hope
Just tearing down all those chunks at the.
chopping away.
Yep.
Nice. 5 people on, not bad.
No, not at all.
Huh. All right. Let me try to catch up a little bit. I took a little time. Got some lunch. Got
What'd
a
you have
phone
for
call.
lunchers?
Chicken and rice. It's
Nice.
essentially, yeah, just I mean it's simple. Rice, some grilled chicken, and I want to say like cream of mushroom soup. It's super easy, but it tastes amazing.
Yeah, I'm all about super easy and simple because A, I hate cooking, and B, I'm so picky that usually the fancier you get, the more I'm like, nope.
You'd love it then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, she makes me a lot of like chicken and rice, chicken and this, just a lot of chicken stuff.
Okay. Oh, then another one you would love is what my family calls Mexican chicken and rice.
Okay.
It's a little more effort, but not too much. Um, Basically it's the same kind of principle of rice, a can of soup, um, and chicken, but then you're also adding green olives to it.
Okay.
And I think what else do we add to it? Do you not add green olives? My mom always added green olives. What do you add?
Me?
There's something else. No, 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 sorry. I'm
Oh.
talking to my wife. She
Oh,
adds that.
okay. I was like, I have no idea.
No, no, I know you can't hear it response.
Uh,
It's like an enchilada sauce. So yeah, it's not instead of a soup, it's like an enchilada sauce, but similar kind of principle.
Interesting.
Don't you add like anything more than that? That's it? Oh, okay. I thought there was green olives in there. I could have sworn. Like not like whole olives, but like just like the little rings, like as if they were cut up. Huh. The ones that have like the red center is the ones that my mom would always put in them.
Yeah,
But you
regular
don't need them.
green
You
olives.
could literally you could literally just do rice, enchilada sauce, and chicken, and it tastes awesome.
There you go. Yeah, well, as picky as I am, like a lot of times, my wife loves diverse. I'm one of those people. I'm happy. Give me 3 meals for the rest of my life, and I'll just rotate between those three, no problem. You can't do
You
that.
and your wife, you and your wife are the opposite of me and my wife. My wife happy with like meat, potatoes, you know, pretty much all the time. Like raised in Texas. I was trying to help you. So, she'd be like, "Yeah, I'm good with that. Give me bread, give me meat, give me potatoes. We're done."
Yeah.
Any meal, take those three, mix them up in some different combination. She's happy.
Yep.
And I'm like, "Nah, give me like Asian food and Mexican food and Italian food. I love all that. Like, let's, keep some variety." And she's like, "Okay, I'll make it 'cause you love it, but I'd be happy with just meat, potatoes, and bread."
Yep. Yep. Sounds like that's more along my lines. Is I'm good with simple,
I
and
know.
even if not, I probably don't like the fancier. But she'll make something new, and she's always trying to like cater to my taste. I'm like, just make whatever you want. Like, I will try it. If there's something
See,
specific I don't like, I'll tell you like, hey, I don't like this particular element. And a lot of times, like,
yeah.
that's what'll happen. She'll tweak something and then make like
Yeah,
two
yeah, like
versions.
I hate mustard no matter
Okay,
what. I hate it.
I would
And
not have
so like
guessed that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So like I can pick up mustard in a dish from like a mile away. I'll be like, "There's
Mm-hmm.
mustard in this sucker. I hate this." Uh-uh. So
Yeah.
she made these sliders once that had like mustard in them and I couldn't eat them. I was like, I can't. I
Yep.
refuse. These are so disgusting.
I totally
I
feel
love
that.
your cooking. I love your cooking, but like this particular thing because of that mustard, I can't eat it,
Yeah, it's not
you
that
know.
you don't know
So
what you're doing. It's that some of the ingredients I just
it's a
can't get.
it's a problem with me, not you. Exactly.
Exactly. Yep. Absolutely. DB's
you
like,
know.
we eat whatever. Just put it in front of us.
Y-
We don't care.
Yeah. So but I love that kind of stuff. See, here's the issue though. High hopes. You're gonna be so happy in a retirement home, and I'm gonna hate my life.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be fine. She's
There's
gonna be sitting
no
there miserable.
flavor.
Yeah. Well, that's part of my problem is like there's like chicken strips. Used to be like a staple food of mine. Could go to almost any restaurant. And they've got some variant of chicken strip. I'd be fine. Give me the chicken strip, some fries, whatever.
The entire world, there's not a single culture on this planet that does not eat chicken. How
Yeah.
insane is that?
And so, but the
It's the
problem
most
is,
ubiquitous food. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
the issue is like she started like doing her own fried chicken and stuff like that, and it's getting to the point where
Uh
like
huh.
even basic foods like that I don't like at a restaurants anymore because I've gotten so used to like her sprucing things up and the way she does things that now what
Yeah.
I used to be fine with is like, no, this sucks. Like I'm afraid I'm gonna hit that nursing home point and I'm gonna be so accustomed to all the flavor she puts into like even what should be basic meals. I'm like, no, this
Yeah.
I'm gonna be screwed. Like I'm too picky to get pickier. I can't start having standards about the quality of my food.
You're like, I can't go from Ratatouille, that rat that'll just eat garbage, to all of a sudden it has to eat human food.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like, no, this is not okay.
Uh,
Fortunately, my kiddo seems to have a developed a passion for cooking for others. So I'm like, cool.
oh,
He
that's
keeps
cool.
bugging her for all her different recipes and stuff. I'm like, yes. As if she goes before me, then at least kiddo. Nope, 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 nope. Sorry,
If you don't mind me asking, how old is your kiddo?
I don't mind at all. He is just turned 22, 23.
Oh, okay. High hopes. You dated yourself a little bit there. All right.
Well, for clarification, there, he's I am 10 years his senior, and wifey is 10 years my senior. He is mine from a former marriage.
Adopted?
Yep,
Oh, okay, okay,
she
okay.
had him with another person, with her ex,
Gotcha.
but he was not the
Okay,
father material type.
sure. Unfortunate, but that's cool that you were able to step in.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it's always fun, new job or whatever, and people are like, oh, wife, kids, what's your situation? You're like, yeah, yeah, I'm married, I got a kid. They're like, oh, they're thinking like, oh, he's got to be like one, two, maybe
I thought,
four.
yeah, I was thinking, somewhere in the neighborhood of like a 8 to 12-year-old.
Yup. Yeah, and then you tell them like, yeah, yeah, my kid's like 20 years old, and they're like,
Like,
what?
what?
You can always see like, especially with the guys, the gears will like, you can see them cranking as they try to do the math, and as
Yeah,
soon as they've done the
right.
math, you just see the
You're
look on
like,
their face like,
oh,
uh. Women tend to be a bit quicker to like catch on and be like, oh, adopted or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, yeah.
and guys are like, so you were 10.
Yeah, exactly. Their first thought is, how did you pull that off? It's like, guys, no, come on. Do you realize how many problems would be with that?
Their brains are like, does not compute, does not compute.
Exactly. Yep, yep. But yeah, mine by adoption. I met him when he was like 7, 8.
Okay.
It was pretty cool. People ask me a lot of times, like, "Oh, do you ever want one of your own?" It's like, well, I have one of my own. First off, thank you very much, but I know what you're trying to ask, and no, I never changed a dirty diaper. I never got out at 3 in the morning, and I'm not a crappy father for not having done those things.
Yeah.
I'm good. Like he was old enough to toss a ball and play video games with, but not so old that he's like, ew, I don't want to spend time with dad.
Yeah. Yeah. I was telling so my wife and I have talked, and we're like, she's she's not a big baby person,
Hmm.
or whatever. And I was like, that's fine. Let's just adopt like a 2, 3 year old. Solid. I am good with that.
Yeah, skip all that nonsense.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel that. Sure, I missed out on like, first words or first steps, but like there's plenty of other things. Like we've created our own moment.
Yeah.
I'm not I introduced him to
Yeah.
Pokemon, I introduced him to Star Wars, like he
Nice.
got me into
See,
Minecraft.
that was my situation growing up. So I grew up in foster care,
Okay.
and basically, my my adopted parents raised me, but like they didn't miss out. I'm granted I was fairly old for a foster kid. I was 9 years old, which is old,
Yeah.
like very old. Um, but like they, they were my parents for 7 years until I moved out, and yet like they're every bit my parents as anyone else would ever be. Like
Yeah.
I 100% think of them as my parents. That's my mom. That's my dad. They're not my adopted mom, my adopted dad. No,
Yeah.
that's my mom. That's my dad.
Yep.
Like, I don't know why that's so hard to understand. you know?
I think it's just some people have no experience with it, and so they need that label.
Yeah.
Like for me, my dad, the person who raised me is not my biological father. I never
Sure. And
knew my
I always think
biological.
those terms,
Yeah.
father versus dad, like exactly the same way. Like I have a father. That's not my dad.
Yep. I mean, if we weren't here, I'd use a different term, more biology based about donor. But yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the yeah, like the person who put in the time and effort, they get the respect and the title.
Yep.
I get the
100%.
clarification when, yeah, to me when you're clarifying like no, that's my stepdad or that's my adoptive, that means you haven't built that relation for whatever
They
reason
haven't
because
they haven't earned your respect.
yeah, maybe you were an edge lord teen when they came in your life and you're like no, like I'm not, no, and that's fine. Or maybe
Yeah.
they weren't the awesome parents, but when like you or me, when we love that person, like no, we're not gonna let you, some third party, stick a label in there that doesn't need to be there. They're just my
Yeah.
parent.
They're just my dad.
Hmm.
That's it. Nice and simple.
Kind of crazy how much we have in common though, because my wife, again, flip flopped. He was in placement from 8 and then aged out of placement.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, but
I feel for her. That
it
is hard.
it did her a lot of good.
It does. You learn a lot of skills
Yeah.
because you have no other choice in order to survive.
Yeah, and I think looking back now, like I'm sure she would have loved to have, had a proper family situation, but she's got bipolar herself, a host of other things.
Okay.
Kiddo does too. And so like for me, I am so grateful that she never got adopted in the sense that she got the skills to manage and to cope. And she
Uh-huh.
was then able to help Kiddo learn those skills, manage. Because like here, the resources are garbage
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
from that perspective.
Yeah. If you guys are watching, well, you're doing your own stream, Dragon. I don't know if you're watching one or the other. But I'm working more on kind of getting everything set up for Twitch. Check this out. Look at how cool this looks. Using the style that I've kind of established.
Ooh,
Oh, nice.
I peeked over. I gotta see. I like that.
Maybe. Yeah, yeah. So now it threw them all in one image, and I was like, that's not what I want. I need individual images. Hey, dum dum, chop them up. And then it tried, and it failed, and it kept cutting them off. And so then and then I said, hey, um, you didn't chop them up right. Look for the gaps between the yellow horizontal lines. And it's like, okay.
What
So
are
we're
you
about to find
using?
out. ChatGPT.
Okay, interesting.
Let's see if it got it.
Very cool approach. I like that.
Hey, don't give me just the blank spaces, you dum dum. Don't give me the gaps. Give me the content between the gaps. See, sometimes AI is dumb, and you have to tell it that it's stupid, and then be like, "Hey, dum dum, do it like this,"
Yeah,
and it can. You just have to watch it.
just work with it. Yeah, I think I know a lot of people hate on AI, and I get some of it. I think there are some valid criticisms about it
The way I like,
out there.
yeah, the way I like to sum it up is essentially, don't get me wrong, it's kind of funny that a person that's an IT professional for 10 years has finally said, "Holy crap, AI is amazing." But here's the thing, I like to the reason I was so gun shy about AI before is essentially I thought of it as a way of people being like giving up their intelligence. I'm just
Hmm.
gonna have AI do it. I don't have
Ow. Dang it.
a powering, amazing tool for increasing your intelligence.
Yeah. Like that's
So
my thing. It's a tool. You know, if you're trying to create art with AI and you're passing that off as handcrafted or that's wrong. If you're hired to do a job and you're using strictly AI, that's wrong. But if you're like what you're doing now, you have a vision in mind and you're just trying to make it work, like that's great.
well, that's the thing. Like I was telling people earlier, like I don't have to be a graphic designer. Like I just tell ChatGPT what I want in the style that I want, and whether I like what it comes up with or not, or to try again, and then like it does the work for me. I don't have to pay a plugin developer. Like I just get to be the plugin developer instead. Like
Yeah.
ChatGPT is basically gonna just like do it for me. Okay, let's see if it which panel did it get right, dude. No, 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 no. You are stucking at this so bad. Where's the original one that you sent me? Okay, let's try this again. Please start over. Please start over and make the same banner images one by one so I can copy and paste them individually. So yeah, just giving it like corrections and prompts. Let's see if it figures out. It kept screwing up. It couldn't understand what I meant by chopping it up. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, start over.
And so like that's another aspect, like right there, like you're learning to have to figure out the right way to phrase it, which that's just a human
Oh,
thing. Like you deal with people real life. Some people are gonna have I deal with this all the time with server owners. I'm like, hey, like
yeah.
this X, Y, and Z is an issue. Please change to A, B, C. Oh, so you want me to D, E, F? No, I didn't say anything
No,
about
that's not what
that.
I said at all.
Like, where did you get this? It's like, hey, breathe, chill out. Let's, maybe they're young, maybe their English isn't their first language. Let's figure out how can we communicate with this person. If you yell at AI and you blow a gasket and you're like, you're a moron. Like, AI isn't gonna care. You're not gonna hurt its feelings.
Oh no. I know exactly. Look at this. I'm gonna be like, no, no, you idiot. You keep doing it wrong. It wrong. I want you to start over from the very beginning. Ignore what I sent you
Hey, Fluffy.
and remake the banners from scratch.
Yeah, but there's a difference, Fluffy said sometimes it feels good to yell at it though. And that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between yelling at something like AI because you've lost it and yelling at a player or one of your staff or
I,
oh shoot.
I'm literally about to send this. No, no, you idiot. You keep doing it wrong. I want you to start over from the very beginning, ignore what I sent you, and remake the banners from scratch.
We were talking about how AI can be a helpful tool and it just needs to be utilized in the appropriate fashion. It's not automatically bad, right? Many
Yeah.
people wanting to say so.
Let's see. Come on.
So are the other voice you're hearing, Fluffy, you should be able to be hearing. Let me make sure. Did I have it's still
I
muted?
can't. I
Now
can only hear you, I hope.
yeah, no, Fluffy's watching on Twitch.
I'm not on Twitch right now.
No, no. I'm streaming to Twitch.
Oh. I missed the context. Now I'm on the same page as you.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I'm what? Okay.
Look at this. Hey, look, me yelling at it totally worked. Look at this.
Let's see. But isn't it still one? Oh, because you had to go back to the main original banner image. That's right.
Yeah. But look, it did it. I yelled at it, said you're a retard. Make it over from the very beginning, and it goes, oh, okay, here you go.
Is that better, Fluffy?
And
I turned up Discord a little bit.
now can you split them up one by one so I can actually use them? Come on.
Rude. Die, witch.
Oh, I also learned this incredible tool. So like I wanted to make animations,
Mm-hmm.
but ChatGPT couldn't quite do it for me. It was going to do them frame by frame by frame by frame. Check this out. I was able to say, "Hey, is there a better way of doing this? Can you give me like a different AI that can do what I'm wanting? Can I take a single frame and then make an animation out of it?" Um, and then it was like, "Here's some option." I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to pay for anything. What's like a free version?" You know?
Mm-hmm.
Look what it was able to do.
Nice.
That's from a single image. They figured out how to make that animation.
Yeah, it's simple. It's elegant.
Yeah.
I like that. Grabbing snacks and
Huh.
squashing bugs. That's great.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
I love that. I was
I
gonna
don't remember
say,
what.
when you're all figured it out, I'm gonna have to like come hit you up, but now I can just go to the source.
Yeah.
Like feed it all of your stuff. Like I like this, but let's tweak it to fit my aesthetic now. And then I'll just have to put like
Uh,
a little disclaimer. All end scenes, cutscenes were originally designed by Zor using AI and then tweaked using AI to fit mine.
you know what's funny is I had a. Oh my gosh! Look at this idiot. Look how it's choosing to split them up. Unbelievable.
You want to split? You got it. Let's cut it right down the middle.
You split it vertically. I can't use that.
What are you up to, Fluffy? Just chilling?
Let's see if it can figure this out. I was like, bro, what are you doing? You split it vertically. I can't use that. See if it figured it out. Final vertical band. But now you're close, but you cut off the bottom yellow line now. Silly AI.
First battle arena in 20 minutes. Nice. That goes great for
Do we
you.
definitely need copper utilities on the server? Dragon, what do you mean? What are copper utilities?
Like the hopper and stuff
Oh, I
made out of
totally
copper
didn't see this.
blocks.
Oh, I am missing a ton of chat here. You guys were going ham. Okay. Found the plugin. Distracted. You got a phone call. Hey, later. Awesome. Okay. Yes, the stream ended. He got a phone call. Oh, okay. That's where I am. Of course, he was gonna play for a minute. Listen, not too bad. Beverages when I got home. Beverages, dragon. And that was the first time on day 82. That's impressive.
Right?
Militaries, homes, and one planet Minecraft for copper, so I can make copper armor and tools. That's pretty cool. Food farm, nice. Trees and crop farm, nice. There's no one. Yeah, pretty cool. I built it 10 years ago, just playing crop farm already is. Yes, now it's time to get on. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Rolling manually load stuff. My son is playing Minecraft. Creative like result. Today, cool. Too bad we can't have this on the server. Dragon, what makes you think we can't have that on the server? But also, like, is it just aesthetic, or is it like actually do something different?
Just aesthetic. I asked him that as well. I was like, well, does it do anything different, faster? He said it's just giving you another, like a different color for those blocks and I don't know about the weapons and armor where they would land, but like the hopper is just a different coloration.
Dragon, submit your ideas in the forum. I will literally make a plugin for this.
Yeah, I saw your announcement. I gotta talk to the wifey. I got an idea for that, for something she had, a little like ghetto mini game she came up with around fishing way back. I was like,
Oh
ooh,
yeah,
it'd be awesome to because like we would just like mentally know what like each fish is worth and da da da. Like it'd be so nice if you could just like have something developed for that, but we can be
I,
particular
I
about our ideas.
I can do you one better. We can literally ask AI to make a balanced market so that you don't have to decide on the pricing for fish. It will literally spit out the pricing so that it's balanced economy wise.
Oh no, not like a cost thing, like a game. So like what we would do is, we get all the same fishing pole, we go fish, and then
Mm-hmm.
like each fish is worth points, and then like a
Oh
mending
yeah.
book was automatic win, and then at the end, once your hotbar is full, the game would be like
Oh,
over, and then whoever has the most points would be the winner.
you you could literally make it fish up anything though. You don't have to just use like what the prescribed options are. You could
Yeah,
literally have you like fish up whatever you wanted.
opens the door a lot
Um,
more. Yeah, we were just this was just something to in vanilla. The
yeah,
potential
that,
wasn't even considered about when you go
yeah,
that
and then
way.
here's the thing: when it comes to custom development, you could take that idea and run with it. Oh, you take your points and you invest into better fishing rods that can like fish better stuff, fish faster. You get points faster, so then you can build tournaments. And then like it's all about, do you want tournaments that allow everyone to have to use the same fishing rod, or is it like, okay, free for all, people can use whatever fishing rod they want,
Yeah.
you know, and it,
I got a
and then it
call.
would be
I'll be
like,
right back.
oh, yeah, you could go wild. Okay, sounds good. Uh, no, probably supposed to go to the full yellow line. That it didn't do it though. This is what you gave me. You add back the bottom yellow line. Gotcha. Basically, just allows you to have another option for the crafting as well. So it makes it so if you have more copper than iron, because iron can kind of be hard sometimes for starting, you can still use hoppers. Yeah. Excuse me. That's actually pretty cool. Awesome.
Thank you for your patience. Welcome, peoples. All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. So it's still not figuring it out. So here's what I'm going to tell it. I took the image that it gave me, and then I screen captured the part that I want, and then I'm going to tell it, this is what I'm talking about.
Hey, Gum.
This is what I am wanting.
I'm just breaking some blocks. Arzor is the technical mastermind behind MineHaus, and that's who you're hearing. Pardon me. And he is working on becoming a streamer. So he is using ChatGPT to help get like the images. The be right back, you know.
Get smarter that way.
All that stuff. Socials, like the banner images and stuff like that. So that's what you're hearing when I am not flapping my gums. How you doing, buddy? What you got going on today? Yeah, I think regarding like you were saying, DB, about the copper being a tough subject for some people, the way I see things like that is like you don't have to engage if you don't like it. Especially with something like that that's not breaking the game. It's not like copper's all suddenly better than diamond or netherite or, you know, getting special powers. We're just talking about giving you another block to use. It's like oak and spruce. If you hate spruce or birch or diorite, that's a common one, you know, don't use it. Nobody's saying you need to use it.
I think I can do this in paint.
Oops, I think I cut myself off.
Paint. It's not getting it. It's not figuring it out. So I'm going to do its job for it a little bit here. Like, it's good to have these skills. It sucks that you kind of have to use them, but so be it.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta help it along.
Yep. Stuck mushrooms.
DB says, true, I love the copper. Also like the copper. And that's an underrated block that does. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
Someone in your chat, high hopes, saying something?
Oh, DB.
Dragon.
Yeah, wow. I switched to press to talk because I realized it's probably a little confusing who I'm responding to. So now when I'm just responding to chat, hopefully it doesn't come through for you guys. Says, I'm just having a nice relaxing morning before the household wakes up. How are you? Nice. I'm good. Slept in quite late. Was up quite late last night. Just watching TV.
Ignore the
nothing
white space.
Exciting there. And then we had breakfast. She made some
does that make sense?
English cheese egg McMuffins with ham. Blanking on the proper terminology for whatever that sandwich is called.
You're going.
And then now doing a little grind work. Upload another episode to be released tomorrow. Plans to have them start going out on the 1st.
So, because it keeps getting it wrong, I gave it an exact example and then said, does this make sense? Tell me what you're going to make. Don't just make it.
And then...
Yes, this makes perfect sense now. Does it, ChatGPT? We'll find out. Based on your uploaded image, here's the banner style. Great. Layout horizontal, rectangular.
Yeah, update some of the links and stuff in the show notes. I was going to start going through all the back ones. I was like, nope, I don't care enough. We're going to leave those alone.
Icon, a red push pin on the left line vertically with that.
Yeah, so it's good. It's good. Got another one that hopefully will be ready. That will be designed for YouTube as well.
Okay, let's see what you can do. Let's see what.
Reach out to Sunfire, you know them, about getting a time for another episode, and then another podcast group that I spoken to a while back. We're looking to line up a time now that I get a nice collab thing going on, so that'll be fun. So I'm good. I'm good. Things are really starting to pick up in the positive. Uber exciting for me. Like it. There we go, people. Sleep. Exciting stuff.
Okay. This is looking promising, guys. Look at that. It finally figured it out. I just told it
Nice.
exactly what I wanted. And then I can say, nice. This is really good.
You get a
However,
carrot. No
it's
stick.
a little, yeah, it's a little smushed side to side. Can you stretch it out a bit more so it reads more like a banner? Yeah, yay, good job, ChatGPT. You figured it out. I just had to know how to tell you to not be stupid.
Ugh.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, ours is pretty awesome. So I'm excited
But
to.
these are the things that I want to teach people, right? Like, not everyone's gonna know. I'm teaching the AI. Come on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think AI is a great place for stuff like that because it's not going away as much as people might want it to. It's not going to stop all of a sudden. So people need to learn how to interact with these tools or they're just going to it's like people who are like I'm not going to learn how to use a computer. That's nonsense. I have a good pen and paper right
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Like, sorry dude, you're going to fall behind then.
yeah. No, 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 no. Take this and just stretch it a little out horizontally, but without ruining the clarity of the image. And the words you choose have to be like very precise. So that's the other interesting thing about like AI, is like you have to almost increase your intelligence in order to know how it wants to be told what to do. If you use the wrong words, it's not going to understand you. Like if you don't know what the word padding means, then like that's a really powerful word because it has a very specific meaning. Um, then like you're not going to be able to tell ChatGPT to include a padding or not include a padding. But if you don't understand what that word means, or if you've never even heard of that word, you don't even know what the right questions to ask. But then if ChatGPT now introduces to you a new word and you just skim over it and you don't ask for more clarifying questions, like that's a loss to you. You could have just increased your intelligence that now you can turn around and use, but instead you just skimmed over it and were like, oh, great, I'll take whatever you give me. You know, like it is such a powerful tool, and you can constantly ask it to get like teach you to get smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. So in this case, it's still not getting it. I told it kind of what I want, but it's still not quite right. So I'm going to ask it some questions. How many pixels wide is that image? Specifically, how many pixels wide is the frame? Watch this. I'm going to try to tell it, like, okay, look at, since you're not understanding, look at what you have right now. And then I'll be like, okay, now that you understand what you currently have, this is how I want you to modify it in this specific way. So I'm hopeful that uh, we'll get a proper thing here. I mean, we may not. I might just have to kind of be okay with it. Um, so the stretched image is 1,208 pixels wide in total, and the visible yellow frame spans approximately 12,500 pixels. This gives you a nice between balance margin on this side if you want to adjust tighter or looser. Now, does it? I don't think it does. I mean, maybe I'm just not seeing this right. That actually doesn't look that bad. I liked when it had a little bit more uh framing around it, but I don't know. What do you guys think? So there's this one right now that it's generated, and this is the one I keep trying to tell it to change,
Okay.
right? Because what it originally spat out was more like this.
The one you just showed, I feel.
The first one was better
I think so.
because that's the one I've been trying to tell it to make it more like the second one. But I'm
Yeah.
actually
No, I like this one
looking at it
better.
more and going, I think this one's actually better.
Yeah, that first one, the font of the lettering was a little just like almost like a child, like you can see where they're going for, but it's not smooth lines. And then the space
Yeah.
between that pin and about was just like this
Oh,
huge
a
gap.
little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so was that this latest one? That was this guy. Okay, so we're gonna say this is about rename about. Sometimes they're little preview windows. Like here, it doesn't look. It looks like it got squished. So if I don't pull it bigger, it looks like it's like, hey, you made it tiny. You know, but
Yeah.
oh, the exact same stretch between styles. The final about coming up next. Rules. Okay, sit tight while I generate them one by one. Go. Sometimes it'll say it's gonna do something and then it doesn't actually do it. Um, so like you'll be like, okay, go, do it, do the thing you just said you were gonna do.
Like, no, I don't think so. I just blown smoke.
The other one that I think is interesting is I can be like, hey, give me a 10-minute timer, where every 10 seconds you count down, and it goes, sure, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're like, oh, no, 10-minute timer every 10 seconds. You're gonna tell me that there's this much time remaining, and it goes 190, 180, 170, 160, 150. Like it cannot figure out how to send our scheduled responses. So if you say, I want you to send this response in this much time, it will not do that. And I had to learn that. It can't. It physically can't. And it'll even tell me. It'll even say, it'll confirm with you. It'll be like, yeah, in 30 minutes, I'll send you a reminder to go and start the oven or turn off the oven or whatever. No, it's never going to send you that. Nope. Your house is going to burn down.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that looks good. All right. I'm happy now. Good job, ChatGPT. Rules, go. It also can't generate multiple images at once. So it'll tell you it's going to generate the next 5 images, and then it'll generate the first one, and then it'll sit there and, and sit there forever until you go. Like, do it. Do the next one. And you have to kind of keep telling it to do its job. So, yeah, just little tricks like that. Like me just typing in go over and over for each one, between each generation is what it needs. So you already did rules. Let's see if I can just tell it to go. How about next? That might be a better word.
Hopefully the sounds aren't too loud for you. This playing the Endermans.
Yeah, because go just means do something. Next is do the next thing. So sometimes, again, just using better words to communicate with the AI, because it did rules twice, which is not what I wanted. All right. You name this to plugin request.
When
And
it,
yeah, and so the other thing that, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, when it clears items from the ground, does it do it in unloaded chunks or dimensions?
No, no.
Okay. I'm probably gonna need to manually
How,
clean up the Enderman farm then.
however, there's an asterisk on that. Each world has a spawn, and those chunks stay loaded all the time. So those are never gonna unload. So if those entities were within those spawn chunks, even if nobody was in those worlds, they would despawn because they're always loaded. But it won't clear out any entities in unloaded chunks. But just like the question about like unloaded dimensions, every dimension is technically loaded, but only a very small portion of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now I was back at the early invisible grinder, and when I showed up, there was
Oh,
just a pile of ender pearls sitting there. I was like, if this doesn't clear on its own, I'm gonna need to do that because eventually it's gonna get to the point like somebody's gonna try to come here and just have issues.
they're gonna show up and all of a sudden their inventory is all of a sudden full of ender pearls. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
What I want to do for an Enderman farm is put a filter on it so that when you go to flick a lever, it only voids ender pearls, and anything that's not an ender pearl, it like puts in a little buffer. And so if you accidentally throw crap in while you're actively ejecting ender pearls into the void, you're not going to accidentally delete your pickaxe.
Oh,
Because
that'd
I
be so
haven't.
nice.
I've seen that happen.
I can't tell you the amount of times I've been like dumping ender pearls and I won't clear out my hotbar all the way or whatever, and I just go a little
No.
too quick or a little too sloppy, and then up there goes my pickaxe into the void.
Bye bye. You ain't getting that one back.
No, no. I think that's how most of my diamonds have been spent is because something dumb like that happened, and I was like, okay.
I had a hilarious idea. This could totally be a plugin I make. What if the void is like a monster, and essentially any items that are thrown into the void actually get held in like a, a inventory, and then you have to bid get your items back.
Hey, I would honestly take that over just dis- complete
Oh,
destruction.
I think that'd be so funny. It's just like, how badly do you want this back?
Yeah. Or maybe like a giant boss fight. You gotta like go sling it, and then like everybody's items once it's defeated pop out with like the name tag of who had originally got it. So you could like have a sword that's like
Who-
Zor's sword.
Oh, I love that. Hold on. Let's do that live right now. Let's do this. Okay. Let's
Gumstitch
make
in
our
my
own
my
first.
chat said I have a short on YouTube of me doing exactly that, lol, throwing ender pearls into the void and my sword. So
Yeah.
we wouldn't be the only ones.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's make this form. Uh, let's call it Void Monster. Okay. Oh, wait. It's published. How do I actually use the form? Hold on. Copy responder link. Shorten the URL. Copy. Here we go. This is what I want. Okay.
Do any of you guys here in my chat
Not shared.
know?
Okay, you're in. What should the plugin be called?
Would there be a way
Void Monster.
I could have a
What
scene
is
that
functionality?
is
Any
like
items
Discord where
thrown
Zor
into
it shows what Zor's working
the
on,
void
and
are
then the
stored
scene here where I'm, playing Minecraft,
by the plugin.
and then a way
By
for
the
like
plugin.
say channel point redemption
They don't
command
actually.
and
deleted.
the viewer could
Then
change what
players
they're looking at.
must
I assume it would change
battle
for everybody. I don't think you'd be able
boss,
to differentiate
upon
between like Gumstitch wants
killing
to see the
the boss,
Minecraft scene and
the items
Fluffy wants to see
get
the Discord.
spat
Curious if you
out or
know.
get thrown out in a the items get thrown onto the ground. The items will be
I think it would require a trigger to switch what visible,
randomly
what's seen.
scattered
Yeah.
in
So set up like a command like
a
when
configurable
X command is ran or X channel points
radius
are redeemed,
around where
switch
the boss
scene. I mean, it makes
was
sense.
killed.
I have to look into it.
When should it activate or trigger? Whenever anyone throws any items into the void. But add a blacklist so certain items don't end up being rewards from killing the boss. The items that are spat out will be renamed with the name of the player that threw that item into the void. Make a form and don't know how to use it? Oh yeah, well I was on the creator mode and not the submission side. I know how to use it. Dragon Breath give me a hard time. Add a fun twist. Okay. Alright. You guys have heard what I just said. That's the idea. We're gonna call it Void Monster. Any items thrown in the void get stored by the plugin. They don't actually get deleted. Then players must battle a boss, and upon killing the boss, the items get thrown out onto the ground. The items will be randomly scattered in a configurable radius around where the boss was killed. The items that are spat out will be renamed with the name of the player that threw them into the void. And it's going to get triggered when anyone throws any item in the void, but we can add a blacklist so certain items don't end up being rewards for killing the boss. So like Ender Pearls, we're going to throw a crap ton of those out into the void, and we don't want those. It should also keep track of items that end up in the void that players did not throw out. Sample this answer.
If you're wondering, Thor is getting into plugin development.
Okay.
And let me drop his volume real quick.
Any additional thought about fun twists, bonus features, or that would be really cool if it could also do X?
What happens if somebody takes mobs and then drops them in the void?
I like that. What if someone drops mob into the void? Okay. Anything else?
Potions? Splash potions. Would you get like
those are all gonna be like items. Those are physical items.
Okay. I was thinking it might be
that would any item at all. So if it's like a tangible thing, it's not like you threw a splash potion and it actually shattered, like, or a lingering potion, and that's not gonna count.
Okay.
Yeah.
I assume. What about like activated TNT?
include activated TNT for more chaos.
Okay, in that direction I was thinking, but yeah, that would certainly spruce it up. Hey, we slayed the monster. I got my full set of armor back. Oh wait, there's my armor. What's that in the sky? It's a bird. It's a plane.
Oh,
No!
uh, Dragon. So the suggestion was a funny idea that we were just joking about with High Hope, and then we're like, no, 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 that's a real thing. That's a funny plugin. That should be the first suggestion. So I'm just filling out the form. Do you need me to read back through it?
But essentially, Zora's wanting to start developing plugins on stream, walk through the whole process. And so for the MineHaus Discord, there's a form, that's what he's referencing, where you can fill out your suggestions and ideas for things you'd like to
Yes, no,
see.
maybe so. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
And then he's going to go through that list and be like, okay, this is an idea that, I'm not going to do because XYZ. Or this is an idea we're going
He's
to do.
here.
And then the whole process of that plugin
Your
being
kid.
made
Okay, all right.
is going to be
I can
done
go back over
live.
it. The suggestion is to make a plugin called Void Monster. Okay. Any items, and at any time, just stop me if like you missed anything. So I might have to repeat myself a couple times, but that's okay. The core functionality is that any item thrown into the void gets stored by the plugin. They don't actually get deleted. Then players must battle a boss, and upon killing the boss, the items get thrown out onto the ground. The items will be randomly scattered in a configurable radius around where the boss was killed. The items that are spat out will be renamed with the name of the player that threw them into the void. When should it trigger? Whenever anyone throws any item into the void, but add a blacklist so certain items don't end up being rewards from killing the boss. It should also keep track of items that end up in the void that players don't throw out. Example, a dispenser. Um, and then so then I said, okay, that's kind of like the main concept. So like any other like fun things that we should think about. And then High Hope was like, well, like what if someone drops a mob in the void? I don't know. What if? Like, okay, that's a bonus feature. What about if it's like activated TNT? Okay, activated T. He'll all of a sudden the monster, you kill the monster, and activated TNT starts flying out. Like, I love that. That's so silly.
What if an arrow or a trident is shot or thrown into the void? Because it's not like
What?
an arrow dropped, but like, would it be able to
Yeah.
keep the
What
momentum?
if an arrow or trident was thrown in? Does it keep the momentum? These are great questions, but this is exactly what you can do. So, Dragon, along those lines, some additional things to think about. Like, you don't have to just have the thought. You literally just have to have the thought, and it's doable. That's what's so cool about this. Is I don't know. Sure, we could probably figure out a way to make it keep the velocity of arrows and tridents that were thrown into the void, and then all of a sudden you kill the monster, and all of a sudden a trident comes flying at your head.
Oh,
I
could you
love that.
imagine? You kill the monster, and then all these things with momentum and energy behind them just wipe you out because you're like at that half a heart. You're trying to eat.
I love it. I love it so much.
The Void Monster Arena is
Uh,
based around the void, like in its own end style dimension. So you kill it, you get all your stuff back. You're all excited. You go to finish eating your pork chop. You die because some jerk dropped live TNT into the void, and all your stuff plus the stuff that didn't get blown up that you just got back, all right back into the void.
I love it so much. No, 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 the dragon. The plugin is just smart enough to hold on. These items are truly actually going to get destroyed. That's the thing. These items, we can't stop that from happening. But what we can do is we can keep track of every single item that falls in the void and then recreate them. So we're not actually sending them anywhere. We're letting them get deleted, but we're holding on to all that data. And so that when the time comes to have that boss spit out all those items, it appears as if it was the exact same item that you threw into the void. That's a much smarter way of doing it. We're not needing to hold anything in inventory. We just delete it, let it get deleted, but remember it so that when we need to, summon it, we summon it from the ether essentially, and then voila, now you have the item back.
Do,
To the player, you don't even think anything of it. It just happens.
do we need to worry about like the size of the table? Like somebody throwing in millions of items just to...
No.
Okay.
Oh, we could say, uh, do we cap uh same exact same items?
I think so. I
So
mean,
millions of items don't get spat out. And the thing is, we ask the questions, we allow all these things to be toggleable.
yeah, because like
Like
you
turn it
really
on or
want
off.
50,000 stacks of arrows or something, coming
Yeah, yeah.
back.
But that's why the blacklist there. So if you don't want arrows, you know, you just turn off arrows. But then you only keep track of the arrows that have momentum because that's funny.
Yes.
Regular dropped arrows you don't pay attention to, but momentum arrows, yeah, you pay attention to those because those are freaking funny. uh, oh my gosh. Okay, and then you said something about we should do this in a void world. So any items could end right back up in the void. So you have to fight another boss.
What if a person? How many times do people die in the void? Do the items then they get stored themselves, like any other item,
Oh
when the
yeah, yeah,
person
yeah.
dies in the void? And then the
Yeah, hope
person,
so.
would there be like an armor stand with like their head on it, or maybe like a
Oh,
no
okay.
AI clone of them that maybe
No, no,
fights
no.
with the void monster or fights with you
Here,
against the void monster?
yes, 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 yes. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Okay, we should also keep track of players that die to the void, and the void monster is going to summon minions of let's see, uh could be of those uh um villagers loaned using Liv's disguise uh to
Quick interruption,
be
Zor.
the player. Yeah.
Cav just asked, do they need 48 hours of playtime to open a shop, or is that just a recommendation?
It is a requirement. And so keep a track of players and that died at the void, and the void monster is going to summon minions, villagers cloned using live disguise,
I would assume so.
to be the
Jacob,
player
Agwater,
who will
Jacob,
fight against
Rock,
the
World to World.
players as uh, fight against the players, and killing the minion drops the items that player had on them when they died. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. The snippets I was catching.
Okay, so basically, I took your idea of players dying,
hmm
and I said we should keep track of the players that died of the void. The void monster is going to summon minions that are basically disguised as a player, so we can use a plugin called Lib's Disguise and grab your exact skin
Yeah.
and then literally make it you. Um, let's actually not do it villagers. Let's do like zombies. Zombies have a good track range. Zombies.
Oh,
Um,
oh,
and then
continue.
they're gonna fight against the players, and then when you kill the minion, it's going to drop the items that that player that they were mimicking had on them when they died.
Nice. I was also thinking like maybe for like version 2.0 or whatever, if somebody has more playtime, that implies that they would be a tougher opponent.
Oh, I like this.
So
Okay,
somebody like
players
you who's
who
probably got years of playtime on the server by now, you super
be
tough
much
high tank, very
stronger
powerful,
minions.
or somebody who just got on, short heart bar, not a lot of damage.
Uh, proportional to their playtime. I love that. Okay, players who have more playtime will be much stronger minions proportional to their playtime.
Yeah, because theoretically, like, you have access to a huge trading hall. You've got beacons. Like, you can go get a full netherite set up with all the max stuff. So it's going to be
Yeah, yeah,
easier for you to fight something than somebody who's
yeah.
brand new. So the challenge should scale with that. And then, second
This
question,
is gonna be so much fun.
Fluffy in my chat asked, well, they didn't ask. They said, I need to figure out if there is a way to track a player's kills in a certain world. I assume that's
Yeah,
possible.
easy, super easy.
Cool. Thank you for the confirmation.
Yeah.
You are my technical guru.
Now it will only be able to work. It won't be able to be backdated. You're not going to be able to go back in time. You would need to make a plugin, and then from the time that that plugin actually was on the server, anything moving forward would get tracked. So you
Yeah.
can't go back. You can't go back in history and figure this out.
Yeah, no, I assume that'd be fine.
Okay. Oh, these are so good. These are great ideas. I hope.
We also should track the amount of times like the void monster's been summoned, vanquished, number of minions at a time, number of minions
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
that have been
Let's
vanquished,
do
number of
let's do
items
leaderboards.
eaten. Yeah.
Leaderboards.
Track different stats of information, and then we can also let people compete and
Number of
compare.
void monsters. Number of void monsters. Number of minions.
I am gonna have to dip out
Is
here. Almost out of my allotted free time. But I'm really liking this idea. Not just this void monster thing, but the whole concept that you're trying to go for it. I think this is gonna be very cool. I'm excited
yeah.
to see when it starts catching on and we start seeing start catching on and seeing other people like iterating on their own ideas and concepts and seeing this grow.
Yeah. So the fun thing is here, me teaching people how to do this is not a reflection on me. It doesn't take away anything from me. That's what I love about this. Like I'm not somehow creating less of a market for myself just because I teach people how to do exactly what I'm doing. They still got to put in the effort. Like not
Yep.
everyone's going to want to put this amount of effort.
Oh, you're never gonna catch me trying to go down this road. I will come
Yeah.
to you with my ideas, and if you want it, you're like, yeah, I like that, awesome. But I'm no way in heck.
This void monster thing sounds so funny. I can't help but want to do it. It's hilarious. I'm gonna give you the shout out. High hopes. What is your tag here? Uh,
Hi underscore hopes 5.
is that your actual?
Yeah, because I have in Discord, I have it set to match. So if people ping me in the game, they can ping me into
But you don't have any numbers after it?
5.
No, 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 no. Like so for example, hold on. When you go down, why is my screen so small? Why is it cutting off? Sorry, hold on. Let me grab my
Oh, you're good.
Discord. When you go to your name, goodness gravy, why can't I find this?
Are you talking about in Discord?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So on Discord
They got
itself.
rid of that.
No, like when you click on your name and you go to like your settings,
Oh, I'm
My
in
account.
streamer mode. Not showing me
Oh,
any.
me too. Hold on. I gotta turn this off. My account. Oh my gosh. Damn it. I don't want streamer mode on. Turn that sucker off. Okay, hold on. I gotta stop this sharing my screen. It's being
No.
stupid.
We will enforce privacy whether you want it or not.
Why can I not? How do I turn this stupid thing off? I am so annoyed right now. Hold on. Let me jump out of the channel and see if I can figure this out. I'll be
You
right
should
back.
have a big purple button that just says streamer mode enabled, and you just tap that when you go into your settings.
I did that, but then it never turned it off.
Oh, it just.
Oh, there's the toggle. I found it. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Hold on.
Glad you figured it out.
Yeah. So I know that there is usernames. Oh, you're right. They don't do numbers anymore, do they?
No,
I
that's
swear they.
they updated it a while back now. So everybody has it's through a different methodology. So
Oh, so at I underscore hopes 5 would do it.
as far as I'm aware, yeah.
Sick. Your response has been recorded. Okay. All right. Now back to turning on the mode. Excuse me. Share my screen. Entire screen. There we go.
I guess you can't at
Go
your.
back to user settings. My account. Profile. How the heck do I turn this off? How do I turn it back on? Streamer mode. Content and social. Streamer mode. There it is. Got it. Okay. So here we go. Uh, here's the full thing all together. Uh, what should the plugin be called? Void Monster. What does the plugin actually do? Any items stored in the void get stored by the plugin. They don't actually get deleted. Then players must battle a boss, and upon killing the boss, the items get thrown onto the ground. The items will be randomly scattered in a configurable radius around where the boss was killed. The items are spot out will be renamed with the name of the player that threw them into the void. Whenever anyone throws any item into the void, but also that's when it's going to trigger. But also on a blacklist, so certain items don't end up being rewarded from killing the boss. It should also keep track of items that end up in the void that players don't throw out. They're like dispensers, etc. And then any special effects or stretch goals. So that's going to be like the core. So like again, the reason why I broke it up this way is a lot of times we have all these like crazy fun ideas, um, but like if you try to do all of them all in one go, it's kind of overwhelming of a task. So you kind of want to like build something that has the core functionality, um, make sure that works, and then have fun doing more stuff to it.
Yeah,
So,
create that minimal viable
uh,
product.
yeah, exactly. So these stretch ideas are: what if someone drops a mob into the void? What if someone drops activated TNT? What if someone has arrows or tridents? Do they keep the momentum? Do we cap the like exact same items so millions of items don't get spat out? Should we do this in a void world so any items can end up right back in the void and then you have to fight another boss? Should we keep track of players that die of the void and the void monster is going to summon them as minions who will fight against the players? And then when you kill that minion, you get the items that that player had on them when they died. And then should players who have more playtime be like much stronger minions proportional to their playtime? And then finally, leaderboard: number of monsters defeated, number of minions defeated, etc., etc., etc. And then we gave the credit out. We gave the credit to High Hopes for the idea.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was an awesome idea.
It wasn't supposed to initially, but I'm glad it turned out that way.
But like, see how fun that is? Like, just like having this kind of silly little thought of like, haha, that would be so funny if. And then it's like, no, go back. Have that. Keep having that thought. Go down that path. That is an awesome, funny idea. You know.
Oh, for sure. I'll throw some copper in my furnace for you and get scooting out of here.
Alrighty.
Very excited for your streams to start so I can catch up when I'm not able to listen in.
Oh, you guys both gotta go. No worries, guys. Take care.
You too. Thank you.
See ya. Mm.
Alrighty, gentlemen. Thank you, everybody who's been hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Let ourselves AFK so that furnaces can keep running. We'll be back again next Saturday. We got a new episode of The Beacon coming out tomorrow, so give that a listen. Major brain. Yeah, for sure. I bet. It's gonna be intense. It'll be fun to see this go. I'm excited. Thank you again. Look forward to seeing you guys. I hope you have a great time with your arena event, Fluffy. That sounds awesome. Everything is going great. Take care, everybody. Toodaloos. Yeah. Zora's amazing. He's something else. MineHaus would not be what it is without him. He's not even the owner, but all right. I gotta go. I gotta stop chatting. Thanks, Fluffy. Thanks, Gum.